Alright guys, so I went to the movies with my cousin and we decided to go see the movie Tag. I missed on my screening for this on Monday. I really wanted to get that review early for you guys. But, and then of course I tried watching on Thursday, but I didn't make it in time, so here we are. Finally watched Tag, a movie I was actually kind of looking forward to. So let's move on to a review. So in Tag, a group of friends, every May of every year, for about the past 30 years, they've been playing a competitive game of tag. But this time, they're really trying to tag the one guy who has never in his life been tagged because of how good he is. Of course, this character is played by Jeremy Renner, and just throughout the movie, all they're doing is just planning a way to tag this person. Tag has a very interesting concept, and even more interesting when you find out that this is actually based on a true story. There was an article published about a group of friends that actually been playing tag for 30 years. I kind of sort of had a lot of fun with tag. Admittedly, the beginning or the first half of the movie where they introduced us to these characters felt pretty repetitive and pretty tiring, but the movie slowly does pick up when Jeremy Renner is brought into the movie, where the actual story is brought in to sight. And after that, basically, again, the actual story of the movie actually begins and everything picks up so much, not only the pacing, but the comedy and my enjoyment for this movie. Like those first 30 minutes, I was enjoying them, but they did feel pretty repetitive because the way they introduced each and every one of these characters was basically the same exact way. First off, this group of friends, which of course has Jeremy Renner, Jake Johnson, Ed Helms, John Hamm, and Hannibal Buress, they are all the whole group of friends that have been playing this game of tag for years, and every one of these characters I really did kind of love, because just to begin with, not one of these characters, because usually what I would expect from a comedy like this is for there to be that one douchebag that you don't really like and then that one annoying person. No, everyone here is actually really likable, and like, for example, you might think that Jake Johnson would be the annoying person in the group, but he is actually probably one of my favorite characters in this movie because of how much fun he brings into the story. And yeah, I believe their relationship. I believe that they have been friends for over 30 years. They have this great bond and this great relationship. It just feels way too real. The movie does seem to be a little over the top sometimes, but that's just the type of fun that they really do bring into this movie. By over the top, I mean when they're playing tag, there's this thing that the directors like to do in this movie is that they bring in a lot of slow motion to this movie. And at first I didn't know how to feel about it, but after thinking about it, it's pretty much the gimmick to kind of make you enjoy this movie a little bit more and make it a little bit more funnier, because the slow motion does really seem to work in a lot of scenes in this movie. And again, they do have some pretty creative and clever scenes in this movie as to how these characters are playing tag. Of course, most of that cleverness comes from the use of slow motion that they use in these certain scenes. But these scenes, especially a scene in the forest, which once you watch the movie, I thought it was very well thought out, and I thought it was great. As for a comedy, I really wanted for this to be like Game Night or maybe even Blockers, where I laughed my ass off. And Tag isn't exactly that movie for me where I laughed a lot. It wasn't as funny as I thought it was going to be, but it was still funny. I just really wanted to laugh my ass off. Like, usually when it comes to comedy, for me, there is a movie that's not funny, I feel pretty, a movie that's pretty funny like this or Game Night, and a movie that's just hilarious where I just like laugh my guts off, like Blockers. And I really wanted this to be in the level of Blockers for comedy, but it was just in the middle, like Game Night, where it was pretty funny, and it's still funny. It's just not as funny as it could have been, but it still works. But overall, there's not much else to say about this movie. I really enjoyed myself with this movie and how they turned an interesting concept of a true story to a wacky, fun comedy. I had a really good time, and I think that Tag is something that you should watch on a matinee or on discount day, and I'm going to give Tag a B. So yeah, those are my thoughts on movie Tag. If you guys seen this movie, what did you guys think about it? Tell me in the comment section down below. I'm not sure if a lot of you guys seen this movie because of course a lot of you guys were off at the theater watching something else. But yeah, my next movie day I might see Adrift. I'm not too sure, but if not, my next movie day is definitely for Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, which I'm gonna see on Friday. Review for that later up next week around Saturday or Sunday. But anyways, thanks so much for watching this review. If you guys seen this movie, let me know what you guys thought about it. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.